Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Fellow KGB channel. We're hanging out with John and Drake for our Tuesday night hangout. We have a lot of things going on today. I think we're going to fill out an NCAA bracket pool towards the back half of the show. We also all just got into this NBA Top Shot pack drop, which we'll know in roughly 16, 17 minutes. If we are getting a pack, there's 25K in this pack drop. So, yes, everyone's eyes are covered. The prayers. We're trying to get one of these packs. We just missed the 5K stress test, but we're hanging out. We're talking fantasy football. Or fantasy basketball. What's going on, John? How you doing?
Yeah, big fan of the Patriots moves today, Kyle. Lots of fun. But if you want to switch back to basketball, I'm good either way.
And Drake, man, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to this NBA trade deadline and just, looming in the air. There's going to be some money moves. John's excited as well. I can see it.
Absolutely. It's one of the more kind of sneaky fun times of the NBA entire season, not just like the regular season, postseason.
Season.
Fun.
1 second. But anyways, I don't know where you guys want to go. I figured off the top of my head, I wanted to talk about what the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis have been doing. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games. They're playing really good team ball, and that's been reflected in Giannis's 3 straight franchise record, 3 straight triple doubles. John, I haven't really been able to watch a lot of the Bucks games lately, but Giannis has been. He just looks like he's having fun. Just watching some of the highlights, there's like a really good energy around the Milwaukee Bucks right now. And as far as fantasy players, like this man. 3 straight triple doubles. He just missed out on a 4th one. You see the 26, 11, and the 8. But how are we feeling? Milwaukee Bucks fan first and foremost, but Giannis is rounding into midseason form here.
I mean, Milwaukee Bucks fan and Giannis fan, just in general, I think this is such an exciting time for him. He's very much flipping a switch, I think, and he's certainly not going to consistently attain these numbers. But I think his performance has definitely got a little more consistent, a little stronger. He's taking the season just a little more seriously, and it really gives me those LeBron vibes. I just appreciate when a guy has that other level that at will he can take it up there whenever he wants. Now, how it will translate to the playoffs and the postseason, I'm not sure. But in terms of fantasy, I'm sure a lot of people out there are having a lot of fun and winning a lot of games on the back of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And just in terms of the last 7 days, he's the Rudy Gobert is actually the number 1 scorer by half a point. So maybe we should talk about Utah in a little bit. But over 63 points per game in the last 7 days for Giannis. Butler's been balling out too. DeMar DeRozan. This is an interesting top 10 or so. This is again filtered by the last 7 days, but you see some really interesting names and some point totals here.
Jimmy Butler is looking like an MVP candidate right now. Like, where did Jimmy be? He's turning it on for the Heat.
I was just about to pull up the standings so we can see what everyone's been kind of on for win streaks here.
And the only reason I say that is because Dwayne Wade said it, I think, in a tweet.
So I'm just looking at the last 10 days. But
I saw the Wade tweet for sure.
But you just showed his fantasy stats. He's right there with Giannis, just underneath him.
Let's click in and see what we got. And no triple doubles.
That's some fun.
What was
Incredible.
That? And he's been doing this he's been flirting with 60s, every now and then, but he's kind of turned it on here after the All-Star break.
What round was Jimmy Butler picked?
And this
looking like a steal right now, right?
Overall, so 3rd round, I guess, pretty much for any kind of 10 or 12-man league. So Jimmy Butler's playing
mid-3rd. Wow.
That's a keeper in this league.
Right. And then I guess De'Aaron Fox down here, too. He's a potential keeper, I believe.
I've been trying to trade for him for like a month and a half now.
Just look at the scoring from him the last 2 days. 29, 32, 30, 32.
Yeah. Some incredible fantasy production right now. It's awesome.
Incredible Mr. Fox.
It's great to see. So,
yeah, nice.
And then I don't know where else to go. I did. Did you guys see Marvin Bagley got hurt last night?
Mm-hmm.
I did, yeah.
I guess we got to talk about the Embiid injury. That's sad.
Yeah.
The Embiid injury is for sure a subject of conversation.
I'll just read this blurb real quick, and then we'll move through some of the other injuries. But Marvin Bagley suffered a fractured left hand in Monday's matchup with the Hornets. I'm not seeing any timeline here, but X-rays confirmed a sustained fracture. There's no timeline for now, but the primary beneficiary is going to be Nemanja Bjelica. Did I say that right? Bjelica?
Nima Bjelica.
Bjelica? There's an N in there? Bjelica?
Bielitsa. I'm pretty sure. I feel more confident about that name than some of the other ones I've thrown out in the
That's
past
beautiful,
couple pods,
John.
but that one I think I got.
I'm very impressed.
That's very nice, John. But it sucks because I was kind of pumping up Marvin Bagley the last couple of weeks, and all of a sudden, not so much anymore. But Joel Embiid, of course. Drake, did you want to break us down with the Joel Embiid news?
Well, it's good news. It's not structural, but it's 3 to 4 weeks right now. So it's not the worst part of the season because we're gonna get him back for that
Mid-April
playoff run. But it's a hard one. That's your first round pick usually. So you're gonna have to kind of take it on right now.
It sucks for fantasy because he was playing top, 2, 3, 4 as one of the best players, but I think it hurt. Like they were the number 1 seed. Like the chances of them losing ground on the Nets and the Bucks and maybe even the Heat, that's a real possibility. So it's a bigger loss for real life purposes. But I think if anything, you're gonna get a healthy Joel. The positive outlook. You're getting a healthy Joel Embiid for the stretch run. So if you can kind of, I don't know, did you make any moves? Because you're an Embiid owner. Did you make any moves to kind of counter what happened?
No, not necessarily. I have a pretty deep bench at center, especially with Turner and Jared Allen. So again, I just kind of allow myself to play the waiver wire. But
who did you like? Because I guess position didn't matter, so you ended up making a move, obviously. But did anyone stick around for you?
You know who's stuck in around? Let me bring up my team here. So I've kept Roby with that power forward and center lock. I've kept him for almost a week now, so that's pretty good for him. I do have Blake Griffin wasting away in Margaritaville down on my bench. I just need that. I can't drop him at this point. So I would say my direct replacement for the Embiid injury right now is Nerlens Noel, who has been playing a lot of minutes, at least over 20.
It's been weak the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I think it's because Taj Gibson's been back. I think Gibson was out for these 40s.
Yeah.
He's back. It's been kind of split. So we're looking for more here.
But I'm okay with, as long as a guy's getting over 20 minutes like Noel, he's still going to get me some points. So.
And their starter minutes as well, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the guys that were coming back to mind as soon as we talked about Joel Embiid was Tony Bradley, who's actually he's starting over Dwight Howard. So this is a guy here who now hasn't played a lot this year, but this is a game where he started for Embiid, and this was another game. So in 2 games, he's had 20.5 and 30. This is the guy that I'm not ready to add just yet because if we go to Dwight Howard real quick, Dwight's probably the one. That's the easy call here to say if you really need the center, go pick up Dwight Howard, who had some relevancy even when Embiid was playing.
Yeah,
but 4 games. That's pretty good numbers right there. I think
you could run in an Embiid Howard lineup for a week and not be crazy
and not notice it.
Yeah.
So I did want to. Let's see if we missed any other guys who are injured. The big news tonight is CJ McCollum is coming back tonight, and so I'm super excited.
How about Chris LeVert being back? How amazing is that?
Did he play a game yet?
He played.
Yes, he scored a basket.
Yeah, he had like 13 points or something.
All right, let's pull up Karras. So he's 90% rostered, so we can't really go scoop him up. But this is really 2 games, double digit.
More of an interesting story, yeah.
Yeah, just more. It's great to see him back this season.
And playing well.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, this is exciting. He's back a lot earlier than I think people expected too.
What did I read today? Cam Reddish, his boot came off, and he's been able to do some on-court activities. He was approved for that today or yesterday.
So here's the official. He was given a projected recovery of 4 to 6 weeks after he went non-surgical procedure. Let's see here. There's no timeline for his return, but I guess with this, it's probably no bad news is good news right now. And so when did this injury happen? It's a 4 to 6 timeline.
It was like a week or two before the All-Star break.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So we're probably 2.5, 3 weeks into that 4 to 6 week recovery. So if we're optimistic, maybe by April 1st, maybe we get Cam Reddish back. And then what's going on with Deandre Hunter? Because I thought he was doing some work.
He's approved for 4-on-4 ball.
Yeah, that's what I saw this morning. So he could be ready to rejoin Atlanta's lineup as soon as Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's one for you guys. If you need someone right now, 34.7% owned, and he was averaging almost 30 points per game before the injury. So it's been a while since we've seen Deandre Hunter, but they could really use some added boost. As what are they? They're currently the 8th seed, so they have to fend off a lot of guys like Chicago, Indiana, Toronto.
I do feel like Thursday's a stretch. I'd be surprised if DeAndre Hunter plays a basketball game this week.
Yeah, I would.
If you're looking for a long term, like maybe a week and a half type look, that's definitely a good grab.
Maybe
I'm thinking more of like a playoff like shot in the arm.
Yeah. So maybe they hold him out for the rest of the week here. Maybe we see him over the weekend on this is Saturday against the Lakers. Maybe they don't want to put him out there in that stress test, but otherwise, back-to-back games against.
See what you did there.
So, just
stress test.
We got to check 5 minutes yet.
Yeah, we got time. I feel like Hunter, he's not going to win you any games when he comes back either. He's going to sit out back-to-backs. He's going to play 10 to 20 minutes for at least 1 to 3 games. He's going to be training wheels on for sure. So definitely see Hunter as a nice long play though. If you can get him, if you're one of those 65% of leagues where he's available, go get him if you're, have a winning record and feel good about making the playoffs.
Good idea. And we got a start bench cut question, but I just want to say, is there anybody as we're looking at I'm filtering it by IR eligible. Are we feeling anything about LaMarcus Aldridge being traded before this is an exciting time because we're a week before the deadline, and Aldridge basically, as he said, he's not playing for the Spurs. We've mutually agreed for him to work on some opportunities elsewhere. So does LaMarcus Aldridge excite you if he goes somewhere? Can he be, and he's averaging 24.5 points per game, on the season. And if he gets put into a new situation, maybe he goes back to Portland. Portland could use some more bigs probably.
I'm not necessarily saying he excites me, but it's an interesting situation to follow for sure. And he's definitely going to get in a better situation, I think.
And then,
what's up with Cole Anthony?
Yep, that's the one I wanted to pull up because he's been out for a while. Let me see. The last time he played was February 9th. So we're going on over a month here, and he's got a rib injury. There hasn't really been any updates. It's not clear when he would return, but I guess it's Michael Carter Williams' show for now. But there's really no good news here on the ribs. Non-displaced fracture on his first right rib, and he won't return before the All-Star break. So that was the last true note. But he's got to be coming back soon. He's only 12.4% owned. This is a guy too, because you talk about maybe a guy getting more run as the season goes on. This could be a guy that would play quite a bit as the season goes on. I don't know, John. What do you think about picking up Cole Anthony right now and putting him in the IR?
You got some quarters in your pocket, Kyle?
Oh, little pup.
St. Patty's. Is that a St. Patty's rib?
Little leprechaun, little
awesome
thing.
Very nice.
Cole Anthony. What do you think about Cole Anthony?
Yeah, I don't know. I've owned Cole Anthony this year, probably the longest amount of time that anyone's owned him in our league. And while he was pretty good while I had him, these rookies coming back from injury always give me a little pause because I feel like there's that readjustment period, and whether that's because of the injury or the youth, I never know. And so I'm not excited to grab him, but if you're hurting for a point guard and you're in a deeper league, you could definitely do worse. He's got some upside. I mean, he's kind of very similar to any situation with injury. Like if you like a guy and you have a pretty good situation in terms of seeding, you feel good about making the playoffs, or if you have first round buys, maybe snagging one of those, then a guy like Cole Anthony is a lot more exciting to me than if you're fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, so if you have the patience to do so, then it's kind of worth it. I guess
Let's look at Hayes.
yeah, you're reading my
I see
notes.
some news about him today. Sorry,
I
Kyle.
thought I saw something come up
excited.
on whatever our app's called, Fantasy Life, and they said he's been cleared for on-court duties. He's going to be reevaluated in 3 weeks. So that's from today. So that puts us out into the first week of April. So the right hip subluxation here, subluxation. Positivity around this injury. And again, early April is when we could potentially see him. Now, he wasn't playing great before his injury, but it was, 5-6 games? So we really don't know.
He was playing behind D-Rose, too. D-Rose was playing pretty well. I mean, at this point, if he gets on the court, it's going to be probably pretty limited, don't you think, John? I mean, he's coming back from a hip thing.
You need to start him in the playoffs.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard to pick him up at this point.
So he's more of a guy just to add to the watch list and just kind of keep track and see if he pops off.
I could see him going off. I could see him coming in and just
but
having fun.
Listen, if you're in a dynasty league and you're definitely not making the playoffs this year, I would love a Killian Hayes type. He's a guy who I think has a lot of fun upside, but he's not helping anyone this year, I don't think.
All right, we're on the countdown to Top Shot, boys.
So let's
20 seconds.
19 seconds. So it usually takes about a minute for it to update. I just wanted to get maybe one more take in here.
All right.
I know what I wanted to talk to you guys about. The Houston freaking Rockets.
KJP
and Kenyon Martin Jr. They got 2 juniors on the team right now that are playing some really good ball. If I just filter here by the last 7 days, their leading scorer, Oladipo, but Kenyon Martin Jr. and Kevin Porter Jr. Who wants to go first? This is kind of exciting. Both guys are pretty
Kevin Porter Jr. is doing exactly what Kevin Porter Jr. can do. He's a very talented basketball player. He's given kind of free reign to just go out there and play basketball. And that's what he got to do last year with the Cavs, the second half of the season. And so I really like him as a talent. Very good player. He can score from anywhere. He's fast. Oh, I'm not in.
Do we get the number? We got the number?
Yeah, 67.
I'm scared to look. Let me see here, okay?
You can't be worse than me. Guaranteed you're not worse than me.
Oh, you are bad, Kyle.
116?
Guarantee you're not worse than me. 1, 3, 4, 0, 6, 4.
Am I the lucky one?
130K, boys. 134K.
Wow.
What's the people in line?
Yeah, I agree with Ada down there. He can show some mini Harden moments. He's just a fantastic offensive basketball player.
And then I don't know. What do you guys know about Kenyon Martin Jr.? Because he's just look at some of his numbers here in just 3 games. I'm super excited about him.
He's the opposite of Kevin Porter Jr. Everything, Drake was confident Kevin Porter Jr. was going to be solid and had some upside. Kenyon Martin Jr., while I think I always thought he was pretty athletic and pretty interesting when you do that athlete size combo. I think he's 6'9", 6'10", but I just didn't, I didn't think he would make it. I didn't think he'd, make it a couple years, but I mean, he's given a very advantageous situation where, he's quickly walked into a nice load of minutes. And I think if he plays well for the rest of this year and takes advantage of the opportunity in front of him, he's got a good chance to stick in the league for a couple of years. And maybe, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. I haven't watched enough tape on him to say what his upside is right now. I think right now he could easily play in the NBA. I definitely believe that. So, and I'm willing to allow myself to kind of change my mind as I watch him more.
And he's under 24% owned. He's seen a 24% hike in the last 7 days. Houston's got nothing to lose. They're going to play all these guys that nobody really knows anything about. They have, it's in their benefit to continue to play these younger players and see what they actually have on their team. So is there potential for John Wall to be moved, Oladipo to be moved, and clear more minutes even?
I think
Depot.
what we see is Depot moved, and John Wall might get a buyout or something. They're gonna have
I
to
think
do.
John.
They
I
gotta
think
do
John
right
Wall's
by him.
staying, isn't he?
I mean, why? Look at
Because
this.
they don't have a draft pick, right? They don't have a
This is
draft pick this year.
wasteland of just.
When did he get the neck tattoo? That's a bold neck tattoo. But anyway,
Also, Kenyon Martin Jr. is 6'6". I think I said he was 6'10". So
He's got big shoes.
he wears high tops.
We assume Eric Gordon's probably getting moved too.
That would be fun, actually.
He's a super good player. He's good in the playoffs too. He's carried this team to a couple playoff wins.
But here's the update with his groin injury. He's expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. So I don't know if anyone's going to want to get him on the market right now.
Buy low.
Yeah, he sent him a pick.
Interesting. Maybe we could see. We could see what happens.
Sell, man. Pick sell.
Yeah, send the GM of the Rockets one of these packs that you could grab tonight, and
Wow,
maybe he'll trade you Eric Gordon.
Grab one first.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're exclusive, baby.
We can't
get it.
We got one of our favorite, and
Willie Barton.
Got one of Drake's favorites, William Barton.
Mm-hmm.
And then, have you guys seen Jalen Noel for Minnesota? He put up a lot of points. Let me just add these guys here: Matisse,
Thibault too.
Thibault, and then you also got William Barton.
I think you already have Barton in there.
Yeah. I didn't check them, so it moved. But let me just kind of move this a little bit. So we're doing start, bench, cut. These guys are all like pretty good players right now. Have you guys looked at the Jalen Noel? It was, it's very limited. But the last 4 or 5 games here, or I guess the last 3 games, you see good minutes, you see good points. He consists, he gets some solid rebounds and some assist numbers here. Nothing really on the defensive side, but I like these fantasy numbers.
No disrespect to the kid, but give me Barton, Thibault, and cut Noel.
Yeah. I think, and we got who's our guy? Malik Beasley. We got Malik Beasley coming back in a week, which would directly impact his minutes, I think, at some point.
How has Malik been doing on his diet?
I don't know. Don't say he's our guy, Kyle, because he's not my guy. I dislike him. I cut him from my fantasy team on principle. I cut him. I don't think I've ever cut a player on principle before. I cut him purely on principle because he's talented enough to be on a fantasy roster. But
John doesn't deal with that kind of stuff in his organization, and I just appreciate it.
So what do you guys think about Matisse Thibault here? He's had 3 really good games. Not a lot.
I love him.
But
I love him.
But again, like he kind of has the same issue. You get in, you can look at the fun games, but then look at it, 8.5. Is that a 1? Is that a 1.25?
10 minutes.
Yes, it is. It is.
So I don't know. I don't like to limit it just to that little sample. I know when a guy's hot, it's more fun, but I'm pretty selective with my pickups, and I don't think I want any of these guys on my teams.
Look at these steals right here, though. 3, 3, and 5. That's interesting.
The thing about Thibault is I think
3 steals once in a freshman basketball game, Kyle. So
I think
who was your opponent, Drake?
It was Thibault. We were actually playing against him.
It's probably St. John's. But I think I'm starting Will Barton of the group. I'm going to hold on to Thibault and we'll let Noel go. I don't know if I have that much confidence to leave him out there, but I think that's the easy way to answer that question.
The thing I like about Thibault is I think he could sustain better production over time because he fits very nicely into that roster. He's not a great 3-point shooter, but he's good enough, and he's an awesome wing defender.
And Embiid,
he fits a lot of teams well.
There's minutes for him now.
Absolutely.
And I think they got to spread those minutes out. So yeah, Thibault's a.
So you're going to risk getting one of these 8.5s, but I think I can if I get in a 3 or 4 game span, if I get a 16 and 8 and a 15 and a 33, I'm not excited, but I guess I'm not overly disappointed. We just got to limit some of these team numbers here and hopefully get some of these 20s a little bit more consistently. So I do like him quite a bit. But I don't know. We're going on about 25 minutes here. Do you guys want to have any other final thoughts on fantasy basketball, or should we look at the NCAA tournament bracket?
I don't have any more fantasy basketball thoughts that I can think of, but this is winning time. I mean, let's put it this way. I mean, I do have one important thought, I suppose. We're inching towards the playoffs very quickly. This is very much a time when like a champion makes a champion level roster move or a trade. So, be on the good side of that.
I'm just pulling up one more. We got another start bench cut real quick here. This will be the last one. We got Toidle the Toidle, Rudy Gay, James Wiseman, and it looks like Danny Green. So Danny Green getting some minutes with Philadelphia. Now, over the last 7 days, Wiseman's been the worst performer. Rudy Gay, 24, Jakob Poeltl, 26, and then 29 for Danny Green. If we go by the last 15 days, it looks like Jakob Poeltl's probably the most consistent guy. So I don't know. Is there anyone here that you just don't want on your team right now? Is Wiseman worth holding on to, even though he's a rookie?
I'll take Poeltl for sure, because with the Aldridge situation in San Antonio, Poeltl's immediately locked into starting center situation, which he's been relatively solid at. I like Rudy Gay. He seems pretty locked into his roster situation, or his role in the offense and defense and just the entire team in San Antonio as well. I'm not sure if he's on the trading block, but I haven't heard anything about Rudy Gay getting traded. I probably cut
Wiseman or Green?
I don't see Wiseman on this list that Aiden provided us, but I love his addition. I think I cut Green, or I cut Wiseman, and then I keep Green on as head coach. Let's get a fourth role in there.
I don't know. Wiseman.
Do you guys see this Top Shot message?
No, what does it say?
Would you rather miss by 38 or 38K? Just rude.
That is rude.
That's just not called for.
I'd rather.
We're part of the founding members here, guys.
Well, it is still in beta, so all these beautiful people.
We aren't like the people that signed and created the declaration, but we like showed up to the meeting.
We were at the town hall.
We had some thoughts. We had some thoughts for sure.
We were there.
Provided
there's definitely a section where I had Jefferson cross something out.
Yes,
and write something next to it.
Yeah. Listen to this, and then provided a meal.
This one's tough. I think I'm gonna let Rudy Gay go, just because in terms of minutes, I think I'm starting Jakob Poeltl. I think I'm gonna hold on to Danny Green, but Rudy Gay, like, he's productive, but I don't know. I don't like these minutes here. I don't know, that kind of lowers his total. Maybe this is kind of what we're looking at for his upside here. Give me Danny Green, who can sometimes go off for much bigger point nights. You see the 34. I don't know. That's a tough one. But I think we agree Jakob Poeltl's probably the guy to start of the group. And then it's kind of a preference call. They're both veteran fringe players here, but Danny Green gets more minutes. So I don't know. Any other final thoughts on fantasy stuff here? Or should we load up this NCAA bracket?
Let's get some college talk.
I want to make 2 picks. That's it. You guys can do all the rest.
No, John. You have to make your equal number of picks.
What do you need?
I was just going to force Wisconsin into the Sweet 16 and let you deal with the damage, Drake.
I don't know if Wisconsin can get past North Carolina. That's what I haven't really filled out a whole bracket yet. I've kind of just been selective in my first round stuff. I've been, just listening and trying to absorb information and seeing like COVID stuff and whatnot, but I haven't picked that game yet. What I like about ESPN is you kind of get the info here. You can see the records, the conference records. UNC is a lot better in the conference here, 10-6 versus 10-10.
That was a beast of a conference, though.
I love your approach, Kyle. That's been my same approach. It's like Jake has been very frustrated. So is Jesse with that. They want to know my brackets, and I don't. They say I'm gatekeeping. I'm not gatekeeping anything. I don't have a bracket yet.
We're just brewing.
Let it sit in the air.
The secret is not to submit your bracket on Tuesday.
Just don't. There's no reason to. Just you fill out that first vanilla bracket, and you have Gonzaga win, and you're feeling pretty good about it, right?
That's
You
kind
have
of
all one seeds in the Final Four.
all right. Let's just go ahead and just advance all the one seeds, unless you guys think Drexel or one of these abbreviations versus Michigan or one of these again. Like we're moving the one seeds, no problem. Did you guys have any reservations on the two seeds? I mean,
Give me all the twos.
I'm going to let Drake talk about Iowa in a little bit here.
Let's wait till they get into a competitive game.
I don't know anything much about Houston.
So sour.
I just know they win a lot. In Houston, you see on the season here, where's their actual record? 24-3. So they got one win against top 25 teams, but they're both
they're 1-0 against good teams.
That's all it takes.
That's 100% winning percentage against the top 25. John.
One game.
It's 100%.
So we just advanced all of the twos so far. I watched Alabama play the other day, and they looked. Don't sleep on. I think Bama could be kind of messy down here. But where do you guys want to start? Do you guys want to start west, south, north?
Just start at the top.
East.
I always start at the top.
All right. What are we doing with Oklahoma? You guys want to go top down?
Yeah.
All right. Oklahoma, Missouri. What do you think?
Give me Oklahoma.
Is this just a gut call?
Yeah, I
like Oklahoma.
Points, both pretty good.
They played in a very competitive conference.
Okay, John. That
BPI number means something to me.
What does BPI stand for again?
Basketball Predictor Indicator. I just pulled that out of my ass. I'd love to know what it actually means. I'll look it up quick.
I was ready to agree with that, John.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's the rankings. I like this because it's giving Oklahoma 66%, power rating of 53% here too. So it's looking, but similar games between similar opponents. It's giving Missouri the edge here.
Yep.
And I guess the one thing that I like about Missouri is they're 4-2 against top 25 teams, whereas 5-7 for Oklahoma. I don't know if that changes much, but
it's 12 games versus
over 6.
BPI is basketball power index.
Okay.
And if that or predictive indicator didn't sway you, then I don't know what will.
So we're going with Oklahoma. Creighton or Santa Barbara here?
Is Creighton's coach allowed? Is he coaching?
Because of COVID, you mean?
No, I think he was suspended. McDermott.
Oh. I heard UCSB has some pretty fine ladies at their university, and therefore I guess we should keep that into consideration. I mean, I still need to see the BPI, but it's worth keeping in mind.
BPI ain't.
Oh goodness, give me Creighton. Goodness,
yeah.
It's too much of a gap for the beautiful women. It's too much of a gap.
Is there anything for Ohio here? Or are we going with Virginia? Virginia doesn't have like anybody like super studly. They're just really deep. They play a lot of players. They're good.
Virginia, man.
Like it's just a typical Virginia team. Look at the BPI here.
This is a different situation. There's a COVID element to this game. Any other time I would definitely slap Virginia here in all my brackets probably, but Virginia, there's a reasonable likelihood they don't get to practice between their last game, which was a couple days, 3, 4, 5 days ago, and this tournament game. They don't even get to practice. They don't get to be together. I heard some very not so nice COVID things about them. So, and I think their appearance in this tournament game is semi in jeopardy.
I don't know if it's too small if you guys can read that, but they lost to Ohio by just 2 points, or to Illinois by just 2 points at Illinois. That's interesting. I don't know how good is Buffalo? Is Buffalo in the tournament?
They usually are a tournament team. I don't know if they are this year, but they're usually pretty solid. Let's go Ohio here.
I'm going Ohio in my personal bracket. If you guys, I'm fine either way. Virginia is absolutely a better team. I just think Ohio, there's this weird situation going on.
USC here, right? This is Josh.
Drake, are you at all any more pulled to take Drake? Just
no. I have a sweatshirt. It's in Des Moines, so that's a home base for me. So, but other than that, no, I'm not. This is a USC game.
Are we just gonna run Kansas in?
Yeah,
I think so. They have a little bit of a COVID situation too, but I think Kansas is just they're just so superior. But they're one of my problem people or problem teams later in the bracket because of their like round 1 COVID situation. That makes me nervous. I'm like, okay, if they just don't show up to their tournament game because someone's sick or most of them are sick, then what happens?
Well, I guess we won't take Kansas very. I kind of like USC even before I saw the bracket stuff. Who's USC's lottery potential pick?
Mobley.
Yeah, I tend to just go for those guys that have this NBA potential star power. And if Kansas is missing practices and such, maybe if he's hot, what are you gonna?
USC's destiny is to lose to Iowa again.
And
that's just what their destiny is.
Look at the BPI index here versus this is very comparable here. They put up a good amount of points, very comparable. They just haven't played as many good teams, it looks like.
Is Mobley a Big Ten defense breaker or not?
He's more of an offensive guy, but he's long. He's kind of like smaller for a center, like in like size wise, where you would.
Oh,
think
he's a center. Interesting.
Yeah. But he can shoot.
Okay.
He doesn't have the body of a Big Ten center, though.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking Garza's going to eat him for lunch. I mean, no disrespect. Just Garza's a big boy.
So we're stuck here at Oregon VCU. Do you guys have any quick thoughts on this? BPI?
I think I'm going to Oregon here. Just no brainer.
When in doubt, go with the BPI.
All right, and then you guys want to continue going down?
We should go see the other side. Let's see what's going on here.
All right, we got Baylor, Hartford. We took Baylor. UNC, Wisconsin. What are we doing here? BPI? Oh, when in doubt, you go with the BPI? Is this?
Yeah, BPI.
We'll give it to them because neither of those teams are going to beat Baylor. I don't know. It's going to take a Herculean effort.
That's a total Wisconsin move to beat Baylor, though. As a 9-2.
I had the conversation.
It's just exactly what that kind of thing they do.
I had the conversation with my dad, and it's like anytime you get excited about Wisconsin basketball, there's going to be a letdown. Anytime they're coming in, you're like, whatever. That's the year they pull off 1 or 2 wins, and they just kind of, I don't know, slide in under the radar.
I'll take one Winthrop, please.
And I mean, Wisconsin's been tried through the Big Ten, which this year with the Big 12 is definitely the premier basketball leagues. The Big Ten is definitely the best, right? I mean,
yeah.
Look at the tournament appearances. Look at the seeds. Like, this isn't an easy league to win games in.
Yeah, the Big Ten was a beast this year.
What do we do with Winthrop here? 23-1 record overall. What do we do with Winthrop?
I'm advancing them, please.
Let's do it. John has a feeling about it. I do too.
Purdue, is that University of Tennessee?
Purdue's the kind of team that loses to the University of Tennessee.
No,
I don't even know who their opponent is. But you guys can convince me any way you want.
Let's go Purdue.
I would do it. I like to be balanced. We took a 13 over here. I don't know if we can do 2 13s at the top. That's a little overweight up there.
There's 2 more to come.
Heck, in Utah State here. BPI of 8 for Texas Tech.
I like Texas Tech a lot here.
Texas Tech's a great team.
So
give me Texas Tech, please.
Roll there.
Great, maybe a bit of a stretch, but they're a team I like a lot.
Yeah.
In Arkansas in Colgate.
Yeah. Woo! Let's go Pigs.
This one is hard. This one is the hardest one. This one is one of the hardest first round ones for me.
Florida, Virginia Tech.
I'm starting to drink the Colgate. I've been slurping down Colgate Kool-Aid. I think I'm still going Arkansas.
This one's tough. Florida, Virginia Tech. These are both good teams, good conferences.
I have a hard time with this one.
It's a coin flip. Sometimes
give me Florida.
So
I'm 4-0 versus 25.
I'm looking at the BPI. I also like to look at points per game. A team that scores more points on the season. Sometimes I lean with that for better scoring. It's not much, but it's 2 full points. That's an extra bucket.
Florida gets scorers, dude. Bradley Beal, Al Horford. They get dudes
who put the
SEC.
ball in the hole. But Virginia Tech doesn't play in the greatest conference either, so I think that's probably even.
In Virginia Tech, their best win of the year was Virginia by 14.
Yeah. Let's go Gators here.
We're going Gators. We're going Gators. All right,
Maybe, boys.
So this one's tough for me.
You are the expert.
Georgia Tech's a damn good team, and it's a shame. Because, I don't know if you remember, Drake, but it was like one of the first couple nights of college basketball, and I sent you like a picture of Georgia Tech going into like triple or like fourth overtime. I watched this team struggle. I think it was like Georgia State.
Yeah, they lost to Georgia State. I showed that game to Jesse earlier.
But Georgia State just couldn't miss in that game. And Georgia Tech, they're
it was like 130 to 120 or something like that. It was insane.
It was, and we were up. We watched that game for like 3.5 hours. It was great TV. But if they would have won that game, maybe they're a 7 seed. But either way, I don't think this game matters. They're going to be ended up playing Illinois next.
I don't know. Georgia Tech. See, I feel like they have a better chance to beat Illinois because they can play defense and they have the athletic wings to kind of cover.
I like that. I want to advance Georgia Tech just so we can have them beat Illinois.
Because
because of Kyle, I've been watching Georgia Tech, and they're a very impressive team, and it's really just those 2 early season losses that held them back from maybe being a 4 seed.
And
I have watched Georgia Tech 0 minutes and 0 seconds this year, and I'm going to tell you why I'm taking Georgia Tech for none of the reasons that they said, because some of these signals are really fun. Now, I'm a big evangelist of the BPI, but look at this top 25 record. You have is this Loyola? I'm not even sure who this is. Yes, they have only played 1 top 25 game. Georgia Tech's got a little bit of a resume against those teams. I appreciate that. I appreciate their points per game. Kyle, you called that out. Georgia Tech definitely probably scores, top 20% of all the teams in this tournament. So I like that. And one thing Drake said was the final nail in the coffin probably, and that's that they could give Illinois a much better chance. And I think if you want to win brackets, sometimes you have to do weird shit, and sometimes you have to do shit you don't even believe yourself. Personally, I feel like Illinois probably wins it all. And that's why I think I should probably have Georgia Tech take them out if I'm trying to win some money.
So
Aiden has what I was thinking about Creighton. So
he got fired.
Yeah,
interesting. I think I heard about that.
Yeah. So
the thing about Georgia Tech is they have the ACC Player of the Year, Moses Wright. They also have the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. They're a well-coached team. They really only play 7 guys, sometimes 8. It's the ACC championship game. Jose Alvarado played the full 40 minutes, and it's a very senior-dominated team. Georgia Tech is experienced. Loyola's a good team, but I don't think they've played the competition that Georgia Tech's been playing. They just beat a really good Florida State team. They got some big wins in here too. So we won't spend too much on it. We'll just roll with it. Tennessee, Oregon State. Any thoughts?
Tennessee looked impressive in the SEC tournament there, so I think I'll go Tennessee.
I also like Tennessee. They won the SEC tournament. Is that right? Or no? That was.
Didn't Bama win it?
Bama
won. Yeah, Bama won. Sorry.
Do we even have to worry? Like, should we just take Oklahoma State? We're just gonna
take
Oklahoma State, please.
Won't even worry. Syracuse, San Diego State. This one's kind of 50-50 for me because San Diego State's good, and Syracuse, they're just kind of streaky. But here's one thing that sticks out to me. You look at the points per game for each team, about the same, but look at the defense for San Diego State. Much better than Syracuse's 70 points per game here. The BPI favors San Diego State. 2-overs, top 25, 1-3 for Syracuse.
Yeah. Syracuse hasn't played a defense like this before. Not this year. So
let's go with San Diego State. I like West Virginia quite a bit here. I watched them play the other day. This is a fun team for me. Not a great top, 25, but that Big 12 this year was.
They were all in it, It's
maybe one of the better years for the Big 12 of the past.
Very exciting basketball in the Big 12. You and I were talking about that last week.
And then what do we do with this 7-10 Clemson Rutgers here? Rutgers, this feels weird. 1-7, top 25, BPI 45, 70 points per game.
I'm ashamed that Rutgers is in it, to be honest. So just give me Clemson.
How did they get in? What they won?
They participated, I guess. I don't know.
Big 10, baby.
No NIT.
15-11. How did they get in? That's weird. Interesting. Well, we're just gonna go with Clemson. We're gonna just run that one in.
Clemson seems fine.
LSU and SBU, St. Bonaventures.
Ooh, Bonnies.
I like the SBU. I've been hearing so much chatter about them, but also LSU's an excellent basketball team. So I don't think I can take the upside here, like I should. I think I'll go LSU.
We'll go with the recruits.
Mm-hmm.
Bonnies haven't played a single top 25 team all year. I mean, that's does that mean they're sneaky and they're mysterious and they haven't like shown what they haven't opened the kimono, so to speak, or does that mean they just suck?
I like Colorado to lose this game.
Georgetown's hot.
Yeah,
Patrick Ewing, right?
I like
Give me Colorado.
We're torn here. Drake says Georgetown.
Yeah, so it's your pick.
Colorado. What Colorado's? They've lost to Tennessee. They beat USC thrice. Win-loss Oregon, UCLA. I don't know if any of these are impressive. They did beat USC 3 times, but Georgetown's they got some good wins here. 2 against Creighton, 1 against Villanova. Lost to West Virginia, lost to Syracuse. I don't know. It just seems like maybe Georgetown's playing so well right now. They're kind of hot. Maybe we'll just give them 1, and we'll see what happens. Because either way, I think I like Florida State to continue here. So we're just going to run that one in. Are we messing with any of this playing game, or should we just move BYU in?
Who's the play-in?
MSU's at
Michigan State.
I don't think I can just run BYU in.
What's MSU?
Michigan State.
Is that really Michigan State?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Michigan State and UCLA. It's 2 superpowers in terms of tournament performance. I'd probably go with that 11 seed. I don't give a
I think the
crap
11 seed beats whoever BYU is playing.
Let's do it. We're gonna run Texas in Big 12 champ.
Yes.
Yep, Texas.
UConn versus Maryland. What do you guys think here?
I like UConn here.
Yeah, UConn is much better.
Maryland snuck in a 30-game season.
Big Ten played a lot of games, man.
Yeah,
we didn't have many issues. Knock on wood.
So let's just move Gonzaga in.
Yep.
Can we move Iowa past Oregon?
Yes. Chalk.
We're gonna move
USC and Ohio. USC and Ohio.
I think Aiden's convinced me. We can't move Creighton.
No.
Let's put USC.
Let's get Creighton out of there.
12,
Give me Ohio. Give me
Ohio. Let's do it.
Ooh, 80.9 points per game, boys. These
boys like to score.
I like Ohio in that situation.
I like USC beating Kansas.
I do too.
Yes. Bryce.
Baylor.
Let me make my last pick and put Iowa in. And
past USC. Yeah, let's just get that Elite 8 out of the way. So Iowa, Gonzaga. Baylor, Wisconsin.
Let me make my last pick and just put Wisconsin in.
What's weird, though, is it wouldn't surprise me if it happens.
No, it doesn't surprise anyone. That's a total Wisconsin move. But
Baylor's fine. They're a superior team for sure.
Team. Are we doing Winthrop over Purdue?
Purdue.
Texas Tech over Arkansas.
Now that one's tough.
Probably Arkansas for me.
Okay.
My vote would be Texas Tech.
Really?
But I haven't watched much of either of these teams.
I really like Texas Tech too, but I like Arkansas there. Let's go Arkansas.
PPG.
82.
Florida OS.
Think about that though. Texas Tech gives up 63 a game, and Arkansas scores 82 a game. That's going to be an interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun battle. I'm looking forward to that. How beautiful is the tournament this year? Thursday through, what do we get? Tuesday or Monday?
Sunday.
No, isn't there games Monday and Tuesday too?
Of next week?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. Is that new this year?
I don't think so, Drake. I think that might be the women's tournament.
He's all jacked up on the women's tournament.
Look it up.
We're doing a women's bracket after this, right, Kyle?
What?
We're doing a women's bracket after this, Kyle?
Right? It'll be after hours. After hours. It's late.
Yeah, the extra credit hangout show.
For you. But Illinois, Georgia Tech, I'm a Georgia Tech fan. It doesn't feel right, but it wouldn't surprise me. Georgia Tech's a really good team. They got the two, they got the ACC Player of the Year and the Defensive Player of the Year to counter the two studs for Illinois. I think it'd be a tough game, but let's just move Illinois past. I like Tennessee over Oklahoma State, but I'll let you guys break the tie there.
Yeah, guys, there's second round action on Monday. The second round starts on Sunday, and then the other games play on Monday. And then it starts back up again on Saturday. So you guys can apologize to me.
Oh, so the first round is going to be 3 days. Is it going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Yeah. So usually the first round ends by.
Usually the first round.
They're all playing in one location. They have less gyms. That makes sense.
Look, it even says round of 64, 19 through 20, round of 32, 21 through 22.
Mm-hmm.
That's 21 through 22 is Saturday, Sunday.
I bet Drake's right though. I'm not surprised at all at that, Drake. That does not surprise me one bit.
Maybe they're just flex in case they need to push games back. They have the extra day or so.
So Sunday is to be decided, and Monday is to be decided.
Got it.
Sure.
Tennessee, Oklahoma State.
Give me OK State. Let's go Cade Cunningham, huh?
I have no problem with that. West Virginia, San Diego State. I think I'm going San Diego State.
I agree.
John?
Not me.
Clemson, Houston. Is there an upset brewing here?
I don't see Clemson doing it. I don't know.
No, I don't think Clemson.
Not here. No, give me Houston. Give me Houston.
Houston. Michigan, LSU. Is this one too easy? Michigan, we'll run them in.
Michigan.
Florida State, Georgetown. We'll run Florida State in.
Sure.
Texas, Michigan State / UCLA. Texas here?
Yeah, I like Texas. Yeah, that Texas-Alabama game coming up is going to be fun, too.
Run Alabama in there. We didn't get to the Elite Eight of these guys. Michigan versus Florida State. Is this Michigan?
What do we think here, Drake?
Michigan, probably.
I'm going to do Michigan, but I like Alabama and Texas both. This one's tough.
Alabama gets my vote for sure.
Alabama?
Yeah, they're one of my championship teams.
Are we going to move? Let's move Oklahoma State past Illinois, just for funsies.
I'm surprised you guys didn't do Georgia Tech. I was too focused on finding.
Honestly, if you're going to move Oklahoma State to the Final Four, just put Georgia Tech over Illinois.
All right, that'll do. But now I want to do Georgia Tech over Oklahoma State.
You've got what you've got.
I want San Diego State over Houston.
All right, let's do it.
I accept your offer.
Championships.
All right, so let's go back to the top here. Gonzaga, Iowa. We can't.
Zaga wins it here.
Iowa got such a shaft in that 2 seed there.
No, they didn't. They got all the way here. That's perfectly fine.
They did. We're going, I guess. We didn't pick these games. Baylor, Purdue. We're going to move Baylor. Arkansas, Ohio State. Kind of like
Arkansas.
Kind of like Arkansas. Let's do it.
Ohio State's
like
good.
Those
Yeah.
big points.
Ohio State probably should have beat Illinois there.
Um,
That was a wild game.
Oklahoma State, San Diego State.
What a shit.
How did we get ourselves into this?
How did we get?
Can we just bring Georgia Tech up here so they can get squeak into the Final Four, please?
I'm going Oklahoma State.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cade Cunningham to the Final Four.
I kind of want to take Alabama over Michigan.
You get my vote.
Do it.
Final Four is in. Wait, we didn't get Baylor, Arkansas. We'll do Baylor.
Yep.
Final Four.
Is Baylor really just like that good? They're unquestionably better.
They're solid, man. 84 points.
2 losses all year.
PI. They lost to Kansas and they lost to Oklahoma State.
Oh shit!
What do we do? I'm gonna just move Gonzaga in there.
All right,
No,
put OK State
Alabama.
in.
Come on, Alabama versus Cade Cunningham. You know you want to see it.
Let's just run Gonzaga in. This is the sound advice here. We'll go with a tiebreaker of 69 to 68 there for the kids. So that's it. We took Gonzaga over Cade Cunningham. This is
I'm sorry how we got here.
it's for fun. We'll worry about it later. But there you go, Gonzaga. But
guys, I'm still in line.
It started so good.
we can do another one if you guys want to another time, maybe tomorrow night. But I don't know. Any final thoughts? I'm excited to watch some college basketball, but I got to get going here soon. I got food that just arrived.
All right, eat your pizza, man. Enjoy your night.
Yeah, I don't know.
Take it easy, Kyle.
We'll take you. Well, I don't know. Enjoy the basketball this week. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Thanks.
You too.
Take it easy.